Can We Keep Him by Pastel Glitter Pen. Chapter 28, Family Therapy. Hi everyone, it's Tempe. Before we get started, I just wanted to let everyone know that there are a couple of warnings with this fanfiction. The warnings are rape/non-con and underage. They are referred to a lot, but I will let you know when they're being explicitly talked about in great detail, because I know that can upset a lot of you. So use precaution. I've warned you. You continue to listen to this. So I guess that's everything. So let's get started. Dadzawa, can I ask you something? Izuku asked after dinner. Of course, Shota answered. Nezu told me a little bit about when you attended UA. Shota tried not to visibly stiffen. Because I was worried about getting left behind, so he told me about how you had to catch up too. When I asked what changed for you, he said I should ask you. Hisashi was at the radio station still. You don't have to tell me if it's hard to talk about, Izuku said quietly. Shota could see guilt forming in his eyes. No, it's fine. It's just... Here, come sit down. He instructed, patting the space on the couch next to him. It's just a sad memory for me. Let me tell you about my friend, Oboro. Katsuki had to admit, he felt a little more ready for this thanks to that session with Izuku at UA. So here he was, fairly calm, with his dad sitting between him and his mom. Across from them, a petite blonde with gray streaks in her hair sat ready to judge them. Well, no. She specifically said she didn't judge, but Katsuki had already forgotten her name and he was sure she'd judge him for at least that. So, what would you say brings your family here today? The therapist asked gently. My brat has a discipline problem. His mom blamed him without hesitation. Remember what Mike said. Remember what Mike said. Katsuki chanted to himself. He focused on keeping his breathing level. Mike had taught him breathing exercises that kind of help with his anger. They don't work all the time, but they at least help him take a moment to decide if it's worth lashing out. What Mitsuki means to say, Katsuki's eyes snapped to his father. Was he seriously going to correct his wife? Is that she and Katsuki have a rough relationship. There's room for improvement on both their parts. Do you agree with that, Katsuki-kun? The therapist finally addressed him. Yeah. I have a lot of anger issues to work through, he admitted. His mom scoffed. Do you disagree with that, Mitsuki-san? No, he does. The therapist gave her a look that asked her to elaborate. Mom clicked her tongue. I'm just a little annoyed that he's pulling some good boy act to get on your good side. That was way too polite for my brat. Hun, you can't get mad at him when he's rude, but then act passive-aggressive when he's polite. His dad sighed. Dad grew some balls, Katsuki thought. He's just doing this to make me look bad, she insisted. Katsuki slouched in his seat. Therapy with Izuku was so much easier. At this point, he just wanted to go home. Katsuki-kun, would you say your goal is to make her look bad? The therapist asked. Of course he'll say no if you ask him like that, his mom snapped. Mitsuki-san, I asked your son. Please, let him talk. Katsuki perked up a little. He liked this lady. She was tiny and old, but not even slightly afraid of his mom. The therapist turned her attention to him, likely waiting for his response. No, I just want to be better. A disbelieving laugh from his mom. I already went to a therapy session recently with a friend I hurt. Terrorized, his mom interrupted. One moment, Katsuki-kun. The therapist smiled at him before turning at his mom. Mitsuki-san, I am not above kicking you out for the duration of this session if you continue to interrupt the other people in attendance of this session. This includes commentary and derisive noises. Mitsuki, please, his dad said, before she could tear into the therapist. The point of therapy is to talk about our problems. If he's willing to talk, let him. Fine, she relented, folding her arms against her chest. Please, continue, Katsuki-kun. The therapist prompted gently. That just happened. Shit. So, like I was saying, I went to therapy with my friend already. We were able to start hanging out again because of it. His dad's. That's basically what they are, right? Suggested that I do something to get rid of all the anger. Something physical, I mean. So one of them is going to train me for the UA entrance exams, and then my friend and I are going to clean a beach. We've already started cleaning, and it's pretty tiring. Those are both very positive coping mechanisms, the therapist praised softly. Is there anything else you'd like to work on in therapy other than anger management? Expressing myself. Blowing things up isn't working. He glanced up in time to see her confused expression. Explosion quirk. She gave him a look of understanding before turning to his dad. What would you like to work on in therapy, Masaru-san? I would like to learn to be less passive and take a more active role in my family, he told her easily. Sometimes avoidance of conflict can have negative effects. It's good to acknowledge. She turned her attention to his mom. Mitsuki-san? I already stopped hitting him. I'm not going to just let him run wild. His mom barked. The therapist frowned. It didn't go well. Ask your dads if I can sleep over. Please. Are you safe right now? Yeah, she's just yelling at me. Aizawa's gonna come get you. He's closer. I already sent him your address, 15 minutes tops. Keep talking to me until he gets here? Of course. What made her mad? I told her how I thought Inka was a better mother. Oof, straight for the kill. When do I ever do things halfway? How'd your dad react? He cried. I'll ask Mike if he can make spicy curry. You don't have to do that. Too late. He started. Thanks. Anytime, Kachan. You packed, or are you too wrapped up with me? Ha! Very funny. I am very funny. Bring a movie. Okay. I think he's here. See you soon. Shota was not one to lie. When he got to the Bakugo's house, he told the woman flat out that he was taking the boy for the night so she could calm down. Apparently realizing he contacted someone outside the house for a breather was a shock to her. She let Bakugo go without much argument. Get your shit together, he growled at her after sending Bakugo to the car. Then, on the drive home, Bakugo actually apologized for asking for help. Shota made it clear that he did the right thing. Leaving a high-stress situation is always better than staying and waiting to see if it escalates or not. When they first got home, Izuku took the blonde to his room to put his stuff away. They stayed and talked in there for a little while. Shota was pretty sure he heard Bakugo crying. He stayed in the kitchen with his husband, not wanting to intrude on Bakugo's moment of vulnerability. That kid desperately needed to express his feelings, and Shota was not about to compromise it now that he finally was. Sure enough, Bakugo came out with red-rimmed eyes. Neither adult said a damn thing about it. Instead, Shota got glasses of water for both of them. Bakugo probably needed water after crying, but he didn't want to single the kid out. Now the two teens were curled up on the couch together, watching a documentary? Not what he expected teenagers to pick, but these two are weird for teens. He'd leave them alone until dinner was ready. Thanks for letting me sleep over. She apologized when I got home after school. Good. You're welcome. Hey everyone, it's Tempe again. That's the end of this chapter, and if you liked this, please follow the links in the description to go to the original work and support the author. If you liked this, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe. If you have any suggestions for fanfictions or how to make this better, please leave a comment, or you can send the suggestion to my email in the description. All right. Thanks, guys. See you next time. Bye.